you shouldn't hold the door if they're not close enough. Like, give it a 3-step minimum. Like, if they're 3 steps away from the door, okay, hold it. If they're 10 steps away, now they gotta hurry up just to get the door. Like, what is this, a buzz-in door or something? They can't just, like, open it back up themselves?
Hurry up before they cut the locks on. Welcome to the Hottest Wellness Podcast. I've got time with Cherry ShaKayla.
Here we discuss personal growth, relationships, and healing to become aligned with the best version of ourselves. Hey, girl.
What's up, baby?
It's been a day. It's been a long day.
We've had some good days.
Ooh. If you guys remember last week, we talked about how cold it is where we live. Well, it only got colder and snowier and icier. And our kids have been at home for 2 days doing e-learning. What happened to just a regular snow day?
I would much prefer that.
Because it's too much. It's too much for the parents and it's too much for the kids. And what about the parents who go to work every day?
Right. No matter what the temperature, no matter what the weather is.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today when I went to the doctor. And last week I canceled my appointment. And when they asked me why I was canceling, I said because of the weather. And then today it was just as bad outside. I really didn't want to go. But then I went because I was like, okay, I can't cancel 2 weeks in a row. And everybody was there like it was a normal day. And I was just thinking, this crazy. Like, people should be at home. Like, especially we should not be risking our lives to be at work. Even doctors. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like emergency situation. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the expectation is crazy. I don't want to do homeschooling. And this is crazy because I really wanted to do homeschooling but I don't have homeschool kids.
I was trying to tell you.
I wanted to believe in them so bad. I wanted to believe in me.
It's not necessarily about you. I was trying to tell you without being direct.
That's the problem. You can't be like that. You gotta be direct.
I mean, but I was still saying the things. Like, I wasn't like beating around the bush. I was saying, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work, and it's like it really depends on how needy your kids is and how independent. I'll say that's like a better way of putting it. Yeah. But my kids, they are not very independent, at least not with me, and that's my own doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I don't want my kids to work hard. I want to take care of them while I can, and now they take advantage of that. Specifically, Eva, but
girl.
Yeah. I know you ain't talking. You the one who gave Max his TV back today.
We talked about that.
You just let me know. You was like, I told Max.
But we talked about it before.
Okay. I'm just saying that you gave in easy.
It's not. That's completely different.
Okay.
It would be different if we didn't talk about it and then I made the decision.
I mean, you can make the decision that you want to make. I'm just saying that you gave in easily. That's all I'm saying.
Can you imagine how much more challenging the day would have been? Yeah. It was for me.
It'd be like that. Parenting is crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess we can get into the epiphany of the week. You want to share with the class?
Epiphany. Uh-oh, where's it at?
I had an epiphany.
You know, you gotta direct my eyes.
Girl.
Okay. So, this week's epiphany is: it is okay to occupy space to be seen and heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I almost feel like this week this is a double affirmation. Like, I really need to hear that and remind myself of that because I don't think about what I'm doing as not taking up space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think about that?
You know, I feel like specifically the last 10 years of my life, I've been learning how to take up space in different ways, like in different relationships, in life in general, like taking up space, going after what I want to do. Yeah, I feel like I'm always learning a new way to take to take up space.
Yeah. Like you about to take some right now.
No.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel the same. At the end of the day, it's important for us to take up space because we all have unique perspectives because we're all living individual lives, you know what I'm saying? Having unique experiences, and I feel like they deserve to be shared with people. It's helpful to other people and it's helpful to you too. So like, you know, it's like you're depriving the world of your gifts if you just don't take up space.
Yeah. Hiding your gifts from the world. You hiding the world from your gifts.
Literally. You know, last week we were talking about everybody is the villain in somebody's story. So I was thinking about like if you had, I guess, like your villain heir, or what would be your villain origin story?
My villain origin story.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would have started in 2016.
Damn, really?
2016, the abusive situation I was in really turned. I was back living with my parents. I was depressed. I was not well. And, you know, a switch did flip in 2016. And it was, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm going to not care about people anymore. And it kind of went that way up to this point, to a certain extent. Like, it wasn't a full-on, I don't care about anybody, you know. But it was just more so, I'm going to put me first a little bit, Lucius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, though. Like, for you to really be like, I'm done being walked all over or mistreated or whatever. Facts. It's so hard for me to choose a villain. That's a good word. Villain. A villain origin story. Because I feel like there were so many moments in my life that could have just been a catapult for me just being a different person.
Yeah.
But not in the best way. Like, really being a villain. I think maybe when I started high school, like when I went to 9th grade, that's when I was like, I am not about to be picked on no more. I'm going to be the mean girl. Nobody's going to be bullying me anymore. And I feel like that is what my villain origin story started. It was like, after all those years of feeling bad, I was like, I'm about to get hot. I glowed up and I went to a new school, even though it was a lot of people I knew already that was going to that school. And I was like, I'm about to be a new me.
Yeah.
You're not going to pick on me anymore. And after that, I was tussling in the streets.
Okay. She's a fighter.
So, yeah.
Thanks for making me a fighter. Shout out Christina for that album. That was a really good album.
Yeah. Is there one villain you could relate to? Or, like, if you was a villain, what would be your villain name?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I can relate to most villains. They just... I feel their pain, you know? I feel their anger, and they usually have a point.
No, they usually do.
They be making sense. They just be going about it the wrong way.
Right. It's like they can just have a regular conversation, maybe communicate, talk about how their feelings was, pick a new friend group. No, they just have to get crazy and get revenge. I don't know. Who would I be as a villain? I feel like I can't say Catwoman because she's not a villain. She's what they call them?
She's like a halfway
anti-hero. That's what she is. So she's not a villain, but she's not a hero either. Like, she is just a rebel in all sense. But she'll do some nice shit if it benefits her.
Yeah. I feel like if I had it in me to really manipulate, I would be Loki. Mm-hmm. Because his anger and insecurity, I feel it.
Yeah, it's the driving factor in everything he do, which is very sad. It's like he's not seeking out anything because it brings him happiness or joy. It's like everything that pushes and motivates him is like anger, resentment.
Yeah.
That's a sad life to live.
When he finally turns a new leaf, he's still him, but it's like he is forced to face himself, literally, because you didn't watch Loki, but anyways, he's like
somebody watched it.
Literally forced to face himself, because he had to fight another Loki, and then it was like, oh wait, this is why I feel this way. I have feelings, huh? Wait, do I actually want to help people? You know?
Yeah.
And he ended up saving the world.
I see.
The universe, rather. Well, all the universes? Technically.
If you know, you know.
Because of the timeline? Yeah.
You want to get into affirmation of the week?
Affirm us.
This week's affirmation is, I am both the author and the main character in my story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to pause.
It's okay. It'll be fast.
Eva said to me earlier, pause for the cause, and I was like, she been watching TikToks.
I mean, they be watching YouTube shorts.
Oh, yeah, they do be TikToks
basically.
on there, huh? Yeah. Damn, I need to crack down.
Good luck.
What's the main topic, baby?
On today, we are discussing I'm just not gonna play myself. Today we're talking about taking up space. Ooh.
What does that mean to you, to take up space? I'm sorry, I had to scratch my nose. I don't know. Somebody tell me this. Makeup words. Do your nose start running and itching when you put makeup on? Like afterwards. That happens to me every time I put on makeup. It's like,
it's a sign to take it off and be free. Because you're beautiful.
I mean, this is the only time I wear makeup every week. It's to record, so.
You don't need it.
Anywho, what does that mean for you to take up space?
Taking up space, to me, that means just following your instincts and going after what feels right to you. Mm-hmm. That's what it means to me.
Yeah. I feel like it's showing up as your most authentic self. Mm-hmm. Allowing yourself to be present in your feelings and emotions, allowing yourself to be seen, to express yourself out loud, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much easier said than done, though, to take up space. Like, after thinking about this, I was like, damn. Yikes. It make you realize, like, a lot of people think they're way more confident than they are. But, like, underneath it all, we all have, like, different insecurities and stuff that I feel like pushes us further into, like, our hiding place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Underneath it all. I believe that people are confident, but I don't think anybody is super, super confident. I think that it's something else and it's not confidence. Like if it's like really extreme.
Oh yeah, it could be. I think we are confident but about different things. You know what I'm saying? Like I could show up and be super confident if I'm talking about like astrology or numerology because I know that I know. But it's like in other ways I can be super uncomfortable. Like just somebody sitting there talking about me and giving me a lot of compliments. I'm like, whatever, like it's not that big of a deal. And like downplay myself, but like I know a lot of people that do that. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like dang, we out here down bad, y'all.
We can make it. Love yourself.
Love you. Love yourself for real though, or nobody else will. Do you believe that? Do you believe that if you don't love yourself, then you cannot receive the love? It's not that people ain't loving on you. It's just like you can't really receive it.
Yes, I believe that.
Yeah.
Even if you're like in a relationship with somebody, if you still don't love yourself, then I feel like you're not really getting all the love that is being thrown at you.
Yeah, that's so true. I think personally is like certain things about me that I have my insecurities that I'm like, it's hard for me, I guess, to receive your love, you know? So that makes a lot of sense.
Receive it. It's there. It's trying to seep through the cracks.
The cracks of what?
The cracks of the walls.
You funny. That's not, I mean, I feel like without saying that even though taking up space should be a good thing, it could also be like hella toxic. Like I used to be that person, but I didn't realize it or whatever. And I feel like only when I started to have like more conflict in my relationships, and I realized like, oh, I'm the problem. And I would like, if I was in a disagreement with somebody, I would like keep trying to assert my point of view and like not really listening to what they have to say, like overtalk them or like, you know, just like take control of the conversation. Like what I had to say was the most important, which is like not true. And even if you do know what you're talking about and the other person is wrong, it's okay for them to be wrong. Like we don't have to be the one to tell them that they're wrong or to try and convince them otherwise. Like so yeah, I was definitely that guy, and it could be hella toxic just to like be like that, you know what I'm saying? Or the person that's like, you know, when they say like the main character in the friend group, but she's like really a bitch even to her friends, like Regina George. I want to know, did anybody see the new
I saw a tweet about it.
You did? Did somebody say if it was bad or good?
They said everybody hated it.
Oh.
And nobody knew that it was a musical.
It's a musical?
I didn't know it was a musical until I saw that tweet. And somebody recorded in the theater, like, as soon as they started singing, like, everybody said, oh.
It's 11/11. Dang, that is so sad. But I had no clue either. They didn't give any impression that it was...
They did that on purpose.
A musical. But why would that need to be a musical? That's what I be talking about. Like, musicals is cool when it makes sense. But sometimes they just be throwing songs and shit. And it's like, really?
Yeah. We didn't need a musical at all.
Girl.
It's like, did y'all not write a funny enough script?
That's what it be. It's just like, that's why you shouldn't be doing remakes all the time. If you don't have something that is comparable or better than the original film, then just don't even do it. Like, that was ridiculous. There can only be one Regina George. The movie was iconic. Like, stop doing that. Now you done lost all your little money.
They trying to revamp the marketing for it. I saw something the other day, and it was like the original Regina, Meg, and the new Regina.
And they was doing like the Spider-Man meme where they were like shooting hands at each other. I thought that was cool, but that's the only thing they can do is try and use basically essentially Meg the Stallion to try and attract people to go to the movie. Because I'm not trying to be funny. Renee Rapp can sing, but nobody's like checking for her. Nobody's like, oh my God, Renee Rapp. Let me go see that.
Yeah.
And to me, that was just very weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they shouldn't have made that a musical.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid.
It was stupid. Either way, the whole thing, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
Why they would do that? Like, who said that was a good idea?
And like without the original characters, it just doesn't. Like, why would you do that?
If they wanted to do it, then they should have did that. Had the original characters, or at least one of the original characters, and maybe their daughter was now in high school experiencing like Mean Girls or something. But I just, it don't make sense. That is funny. I mean, they just can't. I don't even know why I brought up Mean Girls.
Because you were a mean girl?
Oh, I was a mean girl, though. At one point or another. It's sad because in certain situations, like, as a woman, it's hard to get respect. Or just to be treated. I don't want to say nicely, because at the same time, people are, if they fear you, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like a nice thing. But I don't know. I just feel like when I was quiet and ignored people, then that didn't solve anything. That didn't like keep people from trying to have an argument with me or say whatever they wanted to say to me. So then I started speaking up for myself. Now I'm the person that look like I'm always getting into it with somebody, but it's like they always get into it with me. For real though. I remember when I had first met my friend Regine. Shout out to Regine. And we was in cosmetology together, but I really didn't talk to none of the girls in cosmetology because a lot of them just didn't like me. And we started doing dance together, and that's when me and her started being friends. And when we started being friends, she was like, girl, you always arguing with somebody. Like, I just be minding my business. These hoes be arguing with me.
Okay.
But that's how I started being a mean girl, because it's like,
go off, baby.
anyways, I feel like everybody that is a bully or mean to other people or antisocial, that's their villain origin story. They like literally used to probably get picked on or something, and they're like,
Yeah.
or maybe like they getting picked on at home. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why is it necessary to take up space for you? Like, you knew what it was like when you weren't taking up space, but now that you like at least taking up some space.
It's important for me because if I don't take up space, I will disappear. Like, I'll disappear in whatever stage of life I'm in. I'll disappear at my job. I'll disappear at home. I'll disappear everywhere. And I'll just be going through the motions and not making an impact, but just being impacted.
Constantly. That's like, you know, Soul, you remember that movie? Where it was like those people that was like wandering, but in real life they were still alive, but it was like they were just caught in the day to day, like in the zone.
Yeah, that's how it would be. That's how it was. Yeah, like I would say when I got that customer service job at first, I kind of went back to that. That was like beginning of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you know what? That is where the villain origin story started. That job right there. That was when I started cussing. I did not cuss until I started working at that job.
How old was you?
How old am I?
31.
So...
No, you 32, sorry.
I don't know. It was 2016. Y'all do the math. That was when I started cussing.
That's wild. Life, you really got to be going through like just
life came at me fast and hard, and I didn't like it.
Listen, if you want to push yourself into a depression, just go ahead and start working at any call center environment. It does not matter. But the bottom of the barrel is collections. Don't do it. It don't matter how much they offer now. It don't even matter if they offer and work from home. Don't do it. Because answering the phone every day to just get cussed out, it does something to you. It really do. And whew,
it brings the villain out. I'm telling you.
Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. What was I saying though? Going through the motions. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much the same reason I think. I feel like it's a real necessary skill in order for you to have a fulfilling life. Because you have to actively be participating in life. Actively creating the reality that you want to see. Making the choices that's going to lead to you being wherever you want to be 1 year from now. You know what I'm saying? And if you're checked out, like you said, you just going along with whatever is happening at the moment, but not really taking any control over your life, then yeah, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be doing what everybody else said you should do. Whatever somebody told you to do for your job, your parents was like, go to school, be an accountant, you'll make good money. You go be an accountant, even though you fucking hate math. And then you stay in that job for however long. And then you don't really excel in that job because you don't like it, enjoy it. Like, who's going to try and get to the corporate top of the ladder or something that they hate doing? No, they want to stay at the bottom of the barrel, barely being seen, just having to do their little job, make their little money, and go to work, go home. But it's like you're not really actively participating in life. What are you passionate about? What could you wake up every single day and do and feel good about and feel purposeful in? Like, even in our relationships, sometimes we accept the bottom of the barrel, and it's like actively you have to be going out, meeting people, engaging with others to create relationships, healthy relationships with new people that you probably ain't never gonna get with those other people. You know what I'm saying? You have to be actively going after what you want. And if you don't, then, you know what I'm saying, you just are this tiny, tiny little square of the earth, barely taking up any space because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of the thousands of reasons. Taking up space is super important. It benefits your health like in multiple ways. Not me being Eva. I feel like she influencing me from being influenced by me, and now I'm influenced by her. If you understood that, I don't know. Basically what I was saying, if you want to attract the life, if you want to become more magnetic, then you have to put yourself out there. You have to like really show up as you, the person who wants those things. It's like if I'm pretending that I don't want to get married and I really do want to get married, I'm going to keep engaging in relationships that's not serious because I'm telling myself, oh, I don't want that. But maybe you really do though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you sabotage yourself. And so that's why it's so important. And then also when you taking up space, you create space for you to have boundaries in your relationships, for them to be healthy, for you to have communication, because otherwise you'll be shrinking up in every relationship that you have. And when you have feelings about something, you might not share it. You know what I'm saying? Make you a people pleaser. Like, And I was really interested to hear this, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh, yeah. It's like you're physically, it can help with your posture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, people who have like low confidence or like low self-esteem, or even those people that are just really timid,
Mm-hmm.
they like always have bad posture. Like they're like sitting like this, like always looking down. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that used to be me, and it sometimes still is me.
That absolutely was me. I think I told you before. I don't know if I told y'all before. But up until 3rd grade, the teacher that changed my life, Miss Brock, that's not her last name anymore. She's gotten married since then. I don't know her new last name. But when I knew her, when she was a teacher at my school, her name was Miss Brock. I literally, anytime I talked to somebody, I had my head down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real. And Miss Gordon, my favorite teacher, that's not her last name anymore either.
Baby.
Okay. So, I had to go to her classroom for something. I was talking to her. I had my head down. And she was like, why you got your head down? You too pretty to have your head down. And ever since that day, like, I have my head up when I'm talking to people. But, like, I literally, before that, my head was literally always down.
That's sad. It make you think about what happened for you to shrink down like that as a child.
We don't have to talk about that.
These episodes do be like inner therapy, like contemplating over your trauma, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why am I like this? It's like, damn, girl.
Yeah. It's plenty of reasons that can be listed off as to why I felt like I needed to do that.
Yeah. I was like that too. Remember I told you about my first ever YouTube video? Did I show it to you?
I think you did.
Yeah, and it was like, I think it was my first ever video. Either way, girl, first my voice was so different. It was like very light, like, well, it was like so mousy. I was literally like shrunk down. Like, I was like, when I seen that a few years ago, I was like, oh my God, who is this? Like, I didn't recognize myself, but like, yeah, crazy. You don't even realize it.
Yeah.
It also increases your lung capacity and boosts your confidence and assertiveness, which I feel like, obviously, but like when you stand up straight, when you have good posture, you like really can fully breathe in. Like, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, wow. Metaphorically, it allows your authentic self to be seen and heard, which is very important because obviously we have opinions, we have ideas, they should be expressed, they should be shared. They should be advocated for, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if like all of the revolutionary people who have changed the world, you know, changed life for people, never stood up for a cause and said, this is what I believe in. Like,
that would be crazy.
Wild.
Niggas would still be slaves.
No, honestly. Since it was Martin Luther King Jr. day last week, and the kids was doing homeschool this week, Eva had like some different assignments that had like, you know, talking about Martin Luther King Jr., the bus boycott, Rosa Parks, stuff like that or whatever. And, you know, we were talking about it and I was like telling Eva, like, you know, do you understand like what rights are? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, it's like different rights that maybe in that time we wouldn't have had. And I was telling her like, you know, at first black men couldn't vote. And neither could white women, but white women could vote before black men. And she was like, wow, like I was telling her all this stuff, and it's like, it's really important to talk about this shit with your kids, because I was actually surprised that you was talking about Martin Luther King at school, because you know how it's...
I mean, that's the only nigga they talk about.
They be talking about other people, but it's getting way different than it used to
Name
be.
them.
Like when I was in school, we did, for Black History Month, we had to do reports and everything. Stand up in front of class and do...
Child... Martin Luther King and the nigga that made peanut butter
are the
only people that they bring up in school.
That's
every
crazy.
single year. You're going to hear about Martin and that peanut butter.
Who make the peanut butter?
I don't know.
I know a lot of random Black history facts, but I feel like that's because I was in environments where we had predominantly Black teachers, you know what I'm saying? So they were, you know, obviously really teaching.
Yeah.
But it's different when your kid's not going to predominantly Black schools. You don't know what to expect. These niggas still doing a Pledge of Allegiance. What?
They always gonna do that.
But all schools don't have that. They don't do that in Ohio no more. Respect. You know why? Because somebody stood up and said, I don't want my kid saying the fucking pledge at school no more. But I guess we're pussies in Illinois.
Just white.
And also psychologically, emotionally, and relationally, obviously, like psychologically, it's like the space that you take up in your mind. Whether you are feeling and expressing your emotions or not, you still gonna have them. And the only way to move through them is to process them, or else you a bag lady. Like, nobody wants to be a bag lady. It really do fuck up your relationships.
And your back.
You goofy.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Carrying all that weight. Put it down.
Shout out to Erykah Badu.
Shut up.
I love her music. It be like sounding like it's about something so different, but then it really be having deep meaning. I love songs like that. Because if you didn't know, you would just think if she talking about somebody that's really missing the bus.
Would you?
Yes. As a child hearing that song, that album came out when I was so little, okay? Bag lady, you gonna miss your bus, dragging all those bags like that. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. Like, what do it sound like? It sounds like she's literally talking about a girl running for the bus.
Maybe being in church and hearing metaphors like that made it easier to understand that it wasn't literally about that.
Maybe. I don't think I was thinking about metaphors at the time. I didn't think about it. I was thinking literally this is what she was saying, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, pastors love a good metaphor.
Yeah. That's crazy because you hate metaphors.
Analogies.
Is that not the same thing?
It is the same thing. Let me make this clear right now. Anybody that I'm going to be friends with in the future, if you're watching this, if we have a disagreement or just a really, nice discussion, do not start talking to me in analogies because I'm going to check out. And 9 times out of 10, I understand what you're saying. I feel like people that use analogies in discussions, I feel like it's something that they don't understand or something. Because I understand
that's how you perceive
plain language.
I feel like that's how you're perceiving it. The reason people use analogies, aka me, if you guys haven't got the hint.
Actually, that was about somebody else.
Anyways, a hit dog is gonna holler. So the reason I bring up analogies is because in the conversation it feels like you're not getting, it's not clicking, Steven. And so I'm like, well, think about it in this situation. Think about it in that situation. It's not because I don't understand what I'm saying. I feel like if I put it in different terms, maybe you could see my point of view. I feel like
that's the problem right there.
What's the problem? Is my point of view not important?
It is important.
It's not important for you to understand it.
But I understand. You don't need to do all of that. You're trying to overextend yourself to prove a point or to, I don't know, whatever it is. But it's like, you think somebody doesn't understand you because they still are saying something different. And that's not what that means. That just means they have different information.
Okay. So that goes back to what I was saying about having to convince people of like your side or your view. Because for me personally, I don't need to be convinced of somebody else's view if I see something differently, but that doesn't stop me from wanting to hear why they see it that way. Anyways,
that's like the opposite of what was just said.
If that's what you say, I'm only gonna know when I hear this back. So
okay, you're so amazing.
Stop touching me.
The greatest.
Anyways, do you feel like there are certain reasons why that made you take up less and less space, or in certain areas in your life that you don't take up as much space?
Well, sometimes I don't have an answer for that. Because it's like, at this point, when I think about, I have all the information and knowledge that I need to know better, but it's like, I can't put my finger on why I'm still doing it.
Yeah, that's a common thing with me. But I think our confusion is that because we have access to the knowledge, that doesn't mean that we really know it. Because it's a difference between knowing something and being able to apply it. Just because I know some general information, or even know the specific solution I need, does not mean that I know how to apply the information. And so we think, we get down on ourselves and we be like, oh, I knew better than this. Like, if you knew better, you would have do better. So that means that you fucking didn't know, so you could stop feeling guilty for whatever pattern that you're continuing, and instead use your energy to figure out how to support yourself, since you cannot meet whatever the standard is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know I'm somebody that's always late, then maybe I'm gonna set my alarm, not my alarm, but like my clock to say that it's an earlier time than it really, like, a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To trick myself into thinking, oh, I have so much time or something, when now I'm beyond time. Like, sometimes you just have to manipulate your own life to work around your shit. Some shit is just who you are. Some things can be changed. Some things you can grow and learn how to do it better. Some things you can get better behaviors, and some stuff is that it's just me, and I know it's me, and so I need to just operate to support that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think we should like judge ourselves because we didn't know better. Like, that's not fair. Because a lot of us didn't have access to resources or anybody in our life that was sharing this stuff with us. We all just learning off of experience. You know what I'm saying? It's, if you hard-headed like me, it's gonna take me a few times to get it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Who really makes a mistake one time and be like, I'm good? Like, nobody. That's crazy. Like,
that only works when you put your hand on the stove.
Like, and even then, what other hot surfaces do you continue to touch? Like, come on. That's so funny. And there are reasons that you may have in common with, which could be childhood trauma or even narcissistic abuse, having low self-worth, being somebody who grew up gifted, like smart, a baby genius, or even somebody who has parentification trauma. Like, you know what that is? That's basically like when you grew up in an environment and your caretakers gave you the role of being a caretaker. They could have put emotional responsibility on you. Like, that could look like maybe venting to your kids about their other parent or something. You know what I'm saying? Or they could have put physical responsibilities on you. Like, you're the oldest sibling, so you the one that's taking care of all the siblings while your mama is out doing who knows what. Or daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could be different to situations, but basically now you have to grow up faster. And so you have this trauma of needing to be perfect or needing to be at this certain standard. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you were held at since a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're even dismissive of the things you went through. Like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, so-and-so had it worse. Like, just because somebody has something worse or they experienced something that was more traumatic than what you experienced does not take away the pain or hurt or grief that from that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still traumatized nonetheless. It's just different. And also, like, if you had to be hyper vigilant in any situation, and I feel like that kind of goes really under the umbrella of being abused in any way. You know what I'm saying? It's like you be on alert waiting for somebody to say something to you, and so now you start being hyper vigilant, super aware of your surroundings, super aware of how people react and stuff, so you can gauge what's next. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad.
Spoke to me a lot.
Yeah. So some of the symptoms that you would know if you do not take enough space up or if you have trouble taking up space is imposter syndrome, any insecurity that leads to self-sabotage. I seen this video the other day and I have to send it to you because this girl was like, when you randomly get chills but you don't know how to explain it to nobody.
It's like I felt the spirit. Yeah.
You probably really did. That's what my mom used to say. That when you get a chill like that, like running through your body, that means it's like a spirit walking through you.
Don't walk through me, walk around me. It's too much space.
I finished that show. Remember, I had brought this up on the podcast because we was literally talking about this exact thing. And was talking about this show, and it was this couple, and the girl fell down the stairs and busted her head. And then after that, she could see all the spirits that was in her house. But it was like she had moved into this old ass house that she had got out of, what is that called? Like when you get something after somebody died.
Like it was in the will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is that called though? Inheritance.
There you go.
See? It's the shameful thing about being black. Sometimes a lot of us don't have that. So that's why I couldn't even think of the word.
Inheritance. Inherit that Thanksgiving recipe.
I've got plenty of recipes. Don't you worry about that.
Grandma's sweet potato pie. Oh, damn. Rip. Sorry.
I just don't know where to pick up after that.
I haven't thought about a sweet potato pie in a while.
I'll make you a sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's comparable.
It made me think about the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And she was like, let's go home. I'll make you a carrot cake.
The fact that you know lies in that movie is crazy. I feel like that movie came out when I was so little. Like,
this is one of my favorite movies.
Wow. You tell me that all the time. And I still can't believe it every time you say it.
It's a great film.
Did I say insecurity that leads to self-sabotage? Did I say that?
I don't know, say
it. Well, insecurities that lead to self-sabotage, shrinking to fit in, which I feel like sometimes it's certain environments that we in, and instinctively or as a trauma response, we shrink in those environments. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you become a background singer in your own band, girl. Social anxiety, having surface level relationships or basically a lack of intimacy in your relationships. You suppress your emotions regularly. You have fear and shame regarding speaking up for yourself and being yourself. You have difficulty asserting your needs. And then, of course, because of all that, you're going to have a throat chakra imbalance. So, yeah, if you can relate to any of those, you might want to call your therapist tomorrow. Also, side note, we got a new upload day because Mondays ain't mindful. It's Mondays are not. We're not making time. It's not happening.
It's just a lot. It's like
It's a lot after the weekend, and then it's like that's your day off, your first day off. So it just be a lot of pressure, and we're just not organized enough right now to have our episodes pre-recorded. And honestly, sometimes I like it. I mean, I don't want it the day of we need to upload us recording it, but I do like having the news of that week in that episode. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it when we're like 3 episodes ahead for real.
Yeah.
Because it's like no relevant stuff is being discussed.
Yeah. I feel that.
Some people don't talk about, I guess, anything that's really going on in the world. So it don't matter if they, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The joke's gotta land right, though.
So, how do you overcome, or how do you take up space, I guess?
Like, how do I personally take up space?
Yeah.
Well, first thing I started doing was telling people how I feel. Boy, was that hard.
What about it was specifically hard for you?
Saying it.
So the whole thing, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because I will think about something and hold it in for as long as possible, and I'll try to convince myself that it's not that serious, or I'll try to convince myself that it's like a personal problem and something I need to work on, and not necessarily something I need to communicate. But I'm learning to differentiate between a personal problem and something that needs to be told. It's a
I
thin
feel what
line
you're saying as far as
sometimes.
like choosing your battles, but I think even if it is something that's a personal issue that you're working with, it doesn't hurt to communicate that. Like, it's just you have to figure out how do you go about communicating that without shifting the blame to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I noticed that when we got into this disagreement the other day, I had this habit and I didn't like it or whatever, and you know, you can still communicate what happened in that situation, maybe what triggered you or blah blah blah. Like, it's still worth discussing to me, and I feel like anybody that is worth being in a relationship with is gonna create space for healthy communication. Sometimes there's some shit you don't want to hear. Sometimes you genuinely feel attacked. Sometimes you don't agree with what the person's saying about you, or you maybe can't see their side of things. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be communicated. That just means maybe you need to take a little bit of time to process it before you all come back and complete the conversation. But you should still speak up.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I feel like I'm getting better, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it was a lot of things that I do continuously. One is unlearning all of the things or versions of me that people said that I am or that I have been. You know what I'm saying? And just showing up and loving who I am now. Like, the more I accept and love myself, the more that I feel good about being me, sharing how I feel. And I also don't care to be who's judging me or not, the more and more that I feel secure in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like somebody that loves to keep learning and learning and learning and learning about something. So, like, I'll be obsessed with learning about something until I feel like it's something that I overcame or resolved. So if I know, like, you know, this one thing, it just keep eating me up in my relationships, I'm going to learn about it. And there's so many resources nowadays. Like, TikTok alone is a fucking huge resource. Like, as long as you fact checking and stuff. But, like, even YouTube, there's people who constantly making content that probably can help you resolve whatever issue it is that you might be facing when it comes to, like, personal growth or, you know, creating better habits, taking up more space. Like, you just gotta learn more.
Yeah. I think the most helpful thing that I do is just doing things. Like, if something comes to mind and I feel like I want to do it, I just do it. I feel like that helps me feel more comfortable with being myself because I'm just doing something that I want to do and not just dismissing it because it seems like it might not be important or it might not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel like, I guess just to call back to what you were saying, one of the things that I stopped doing, or also that I'm working towards in certain relationships, because certain people is still hard to do it with, is to stop silencing myself. When I feel some type of way, I try and actually say how I feel, not what's going to make the other person comfortable hearing, not downplaying my actual feelings, but like being direct and actually saying whatever experience it was that I shared with this person, how I felt about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, then I'm advocating myself and I'm creating a reality that I like, because two things could happen. That person's going to hear what you have to say and they're going to respect it, and you're going to have a boundary that was created, or that person's going to exit stage left because they can't show up in your life, you know what I'm saying, as the person that you require and at the standard that you set. So, those people genuinely walk themselves out the door.
Yeah.
It's like, it just have to be on us, I feel like, of having acceptance and letting people go and knowing that, okay, I can't take everybody with me, or, it's a reason and a season. My grandma used to say that. It's a reason and a season.
You know what I was about to say? Jesus is the reason. For the season, yeah.
I almost feel like we starting to need a religious segment, because every episode there's another thing.
It's just,
and I just feel like it's contradictory, because I dog Christians at least once on every episode.
I mean, I don't fuck with them either, but
I don't know. I don't know how
they had the hits.
Okay.
The hits.
I just feel I don't know where to be here when it starts happening.
Just be right here.
Okay.
It won't last forever. Troubles don't last away.
So you recognize you're causing trouble. I have a laundry list of items that says, do you take up space? But I feel like I'm just gonna list a few, and then you guys can check out our social media. Follow us at I've Got Time Podcast on Instagram. Share our shit. It's educational and it's cute.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Do you feel anxious when there's silence in the room?
Silence doesn't bother me.
Yes, I love a good silence. I remember one time I was talking to somebody and they just never would shut the fuck up. And I was like,
damn.
Have you ever heard of... I forgot what I called it, because at the time I just made up a name for it. It was like something silence. Like, it's like, just be quiet. Like, y'all together, but y'all just quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I hate when people talking a lot, but they not saying shit. What the fuck are you saying? And as somebody who seriously will zone out in 3.5 seconds flat, and it's not even intentional. Like, I can't help you. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, literally, just shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, we went to the same place.
We did?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Black Eyed Peas. Bring those niggas back. You ain't like their music?
Let's review everybody first.
Alright, well, man. Can you show anger or sadness?
Like, is it hard to show it?
Right. Like, is it difficult, or do you suppress those emotions altogether?
Oh.
If you're I'm fine, everything's fine.
Yikes.
This one really slapped me in the face. Do you fill your life with work, social obligations, and activities? Do you fill your life with work, social obligations, and activities? Like, in the avoidance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't
What?
differentiate which
Feel or feel.
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I was like, dang, I do that. I literally will work from sun up to sundown. Like, I just got to be doing something.
Blocking out the world.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I do just be finding shit to do.
The last one I'm going to bring up is, do you apologize when you're not wrong? We brought this up last week when we were talking about somebody that's like over apologetic, like always like sorry.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to the Good Moms live show last year or the
Yeah,
year
it was
before
last
that,
year.
and when we came in and they're like, they just have one rule for the whole night, everything else goes, and the one rule is like, you can't say sorry the whole time, like don't apologize. Like women especially, we apologize too much, and that really sat with me. And like ever since then, every time I see people that be telling me sorry, I say that to them, like, you know, we apologize too much. And like, what are you sorry for?
Yeah.
It's like, you trying to hold the door for somebody, they don't exactly catch it. Sorry, like, no, I'm not sorry. I held the door for you in the first fucking place.
Move faster, bitch.
I hate when people start jogging, because then it's like, never mind.
Now, I do be trying to walk a little faster if I see somebody like waiting and holding the door.
I just feel like you shouldn't hold the door if they're not close enough. Like, give it a 3-step minimum. Like, if they're 3 steps away from the door, okay, hold it. If they're 10 steps away, now they gotta hurry up just to get the door. Like, what is this, a buzz-in door or something? They can't just like open it back up themselves?
Hurry up before they cut the locks on.
So yeah, those were very interesting, and I was like, dang. Want to get into mental health matters?
You ready?
Yeah.
Mental health matters. Yeah.
When she's singing with her eyes closed, she really mean it that week.
Yeah.
This week for mental health matters, we want to encourage you guys to do an exercise. It's a permission slip exercise. You should think about, maybe this is kind of like a journaling prompt too. What are all of the things that you feel like you have to give permission to yourself for, or like you shy away from taking space up? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, right now I'm personally working on social media, which like I was showing up a lot on social media a couple of years ago, but I don't think I was really giving me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, okay, how can I show up in social media and just be me and not feel like scared, basically?
Yeah.
So like, you know, that's one of the things that I need to write down. I give myself permission to do. And you can like, you know, burn it afterwards if you want to, or just, you know, just getting it out and recognizing, you know what I'm saying, that you do, one, you really don't need permission, but maybe you verbally need to see that and feel that from yourself. Like, I give myself permission to blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you name one thing?
I want to give myself permission to rest. I don't know if I can.
You can. And you will.
Okay. I give myself permission to rest. To rest and not be thinking about what I could be doing or should be doing.
Because that's not rest at all. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually resting if the whole time you sitting there being worrisome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can get into forest bias. I first want to talk about this organic infant formula brand. It's called Bobby. Now, this company is not black owned, but I wanted to bring it up because I noticed that they were using some black women to advertise. And I don't follow a lot of white women, so I don't know who else might be advertising for them. But this is just two people that I noticed was Naomi Osaka and Summer Walker. You guys know Naomi Osaka had a baby this past year. And then Summer Walker, she can't stop having babies. So
Yeah.
You know, we talk about it often, our diets, what America's feeding us, all of the toxins that's in our food. And one thing that I feel like flies under the radar is baby formula, because one, people don't care about that shit unless they're mothers. Like, that's just what it comes down to. And maybe some parents, but genuinely I feel like it'd be the mama that'd be like, what am I putting in my baby's body?
Yeah.
And that shit's not good for your baby. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's why they say breast is best. Now, I understand several reasons why people may not breastfeed, and that's on them. But women who especially can't breastfeed, they don't have no choice but to buy formula. So I did feel like this was cool. Now, I wanted to bring this up because their brand is Parents Push Harder. That's their like slogan. And they say that 73% of private sector employees don't have paid leave postpartum. Which, yeah. 1 in 4 women living in the United States return to work within 2 weeks of giving birth.
That's crazy. 2 weeks?
Your vagina hasn't even healed yet. Like, dead ass.
Just sitting at work leaking all over the place.
Dead ass. Like, it's just not right. And so they are partnering with this brand Bobby to advocate for new legislation called the Family and Medical Insurance Leave Act, which, if passed, is supposed to, at the minimum, give parents or mothers $580 minimum monthly. I think maybe that is based off of, like, maybe your cost of living in the area or how many kids you have. Like, it probably varies, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say probably minimum. But I thought that was super dope, and yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
Shout out the babies.
And shout out to the mamas. Shout out to people who, as celebrities, you know what I'm saying, they do a lot of different, like, PR, or they do a lot of ads for brands and stuff just to get money. But I feel like there's something so gratifying about people who really only do the shit that they believe in and, like, relate to, or it's, like, good for people. I hate when fucking people selling shit that's, like, more harmful to our communities. Like, why are you advertising this?
Like Prime Energy drinks.
Literally, oh my God. People was drinking the hell out of them, and everybody was advertising them left and right.
People still drink them.
Y'all better stop drinking that poison. It's worse than Gatorade. Listen, I'll be looking up the food in different countries, what's banned, and that's the stuff I'll be steering clear from, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you know damn well. Next we have Angel Reese. She was the first college athlete to have a personal apparel brand in a corporate store or a major retailer.
Shout out.
Yeah, she's doing big things. Honestly, I think she might be the highest paid student right now. I'm pretty sure of it. And this was so interesting to me because only a few years, I remember us talking about this on the Blank Space, that they just started allowing college athletes to even accept sponsorships or money or do ads or anything like that. So I feel like this is super dope. Yeah. You can get her apparel in Dick's Sporting Goods, specifically in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm sure this is like a test site, and then they're probably going to put it in other stores. But shout out to Angel Reese.
Shout out. Love the new opportunities that they're able to have now.
I feel like it's super dope and important. Like, if you're one of those parents that push education and stuff for your kids, or push them being in some type of like sport or activity that's going to get them college funding, to think about the college that they're going to and how that could create more opportunities for them. Because Angel Reese could be playing for any school, and she might not be getting the same branding deals that she do get playing for LSU. Like, that's a major school. There's so many fans. Like, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. It matters.
And then Beatrice Dixon, she was the creator or the founder of the Honey Pot. If you guys don't know the Honey Pot, they basically sell like women's products, sanitary products, and women's hygiene products and stuff like that. So they are to be acquired by this company called Compass Diversified, and they are selling for a reported $380 million enterprise value.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of money. But I seen a couple of weeks ago in an article, and they were talking about black brands that sell out, basically. And what that does or doesn't do for the black community. What you think?
I think if it was your original goal to build up a company and sell it, like if that's just your thing, no harm, no foul. You did what you wanted to do. But I do think, I don't think it says, it kind of makes black brands, black companies, they look like they have no real longevity. If you just build a brand and sell it, it's not black owned anymore. The formula can change. It can be a completely different product. And I don't think that's a good look.
Yeah. It sucks to me because, I mean, this segment alone, for us, by us, there's something special about buying a black owned product and knowing that it was created for you. You know what I'm saying? You can buy any fucking product out there and it might work for you, sure, but only a black brand is going to think about their black customer. I do think that it does take value away from the community, and I guess as far as like building generational wealth, it might build generational wealth for your specific family to have that $380 million, but what is it doing for the communities? And I'm not saying all black businesses owe it to the black community to give something back or to be doing something, but I just don't, for me personally, you know, that's what I would be on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these are the people that's buying your products, and then you just basically just put them in another corporation's hand to become a number.
Right.
So.
A company that probably does not care about all the things that you care about for your community.
And when we pulled up the Compass Diversified, they're literally just a trade sharing company. Like, they about to put her company into shares.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just another business checked off on the list.
Then we got Michael B. Jordan. He launched a first of its kind sea moss beverage, and he donated or allocated $25,000 to multiple organizations that support the ocean. It sounds nice, but it's like, how much should he be giving back, seeing that you're literally farming it for free from the ocean? It was interesting to me that this article even stated that it was a first of its kind beverage. When in the last 3 to 5 years, any hippie that you've seen on Instagram, in the street, at a farmer's market, have been trying to sell a fucking sea moss drink.
All the hoteps.
Or sea moss blend, a sea moss tea, organic straight up sea moss. You just need a spoon a day. Like, he was just trying to get in while the getting was good. But okay, $25,000.
That's crazy though. I didn't think about this the first time, but this time it made me think about, we can take this out because I don't know if it really makes sense. Taking slaves from Africa and then donating 1 cent. It's like, you don't see how you're not helping?
Exactly. If anything, you taking shit away. Yeah. And lastly, for Forest Bias, support your local Girl Scout, aka Eva. She is selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
And so if you would like to purchase some, hit us up. Slide in our DMs. We'll send you the link or whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah. Shout out to my baby girl.
Shout out.
Fun fact, Cherry was a Girl Scout.
Yeah. Living by the Girl Scout law.
Can you still recite the Girl Scout thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like you should go wherever the Girl Scouts instead of me. Because y'all can really get in on that together.
Well, then you say, or I don't know who said it. One of y'all said they switched it up. They took out the God part.
Probably Eva, because I'm not part of the Girl Scouts, baby.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. That's like the first part.
Mm-hmm.
I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do. To respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and to be a sister to every Girl Scout.
You know, this is a nice little shebang, but I'm telling you that every last one of those Girl Scouts break these rules every day. It's like the 10 Commandments up in here.
Oh,
I just was listening to him like, yep, and she be doing that too. I'm about to hit her with that next week. Like, you're not being an honorable Girl Scout.
That
You
might
think
be.
she don't care?
She might.
Let's see how it works. We'll update you.
She might want to be a good Girl Scout. Like,
We'll
you know
let
what?
you know.
I'll tell your troop leader, and you won't get a badge.
That's not how it works, but you know, Max and Eva love to correct me, so if she know, I will know that she knows. All right, well then we can move into the breaks. Lots of new music this week. I had to not even include some of the music I wanted to talk about because it was just so fucking much music.
Really?
I wonder, is there like certain months where more music is put out, and is there like a science to it? Like more people listen to music or buy music during these months?
Well,
There has to be something marketable behind it.
the top of the year, I feel like it depends. It depends on who drops in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like if big names drop in the fourth quarter, the top of the year is the time for everybody to just get their shit out. Because we ain't got to worry about that no more. They already dropped. Here's this. It all depends on the big people, I feel like.
Yeah, but there is a lot of singles being dropped in comparison to albums, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, new music is just new music, and they are paying for that studio time.
Yeah, it's a lot of people dropping.
Yeah,
Fab been dropping like every other day.
I seen something the other day, and I was like, in the studio, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lucrative business, having a studio. What you think about that? What you think? Well, I'm not gonna give all my business ideas away on here. I know how y'all be. I mean, not y'all, but the other guys. You know, sometimes I think about that all the time. The different things that we do or incorporate into our shows, or just, I guess, our personal branding, and then I see it out in the world, and I'll be like, did they get that from us? Like, I know that God is like so monogamous, and it's like if you don't use that idea in your mind, somebody else is also getting that same idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like mental health matters. I feel like I never used to see that, and now I see it everywhere. Mental health matters, mental health matters, mental health matters, and I'm just like,
Like on people's shows?
Shows, shirts,
I seen it on shirts.
hashtags, everything. I didn't see no shirts before.
Sorry.
I can't really think about how a lot of our segments came to be, so I don't know. But anywho,
12. Oh.
it was only for your eyes.
Okay.
That happens to me all the time when I'm about to text you and then hurry up and the time change. I be trying to get a screenshot real quick. Like, I just send the screenshot. Okay, so Anicia and Lotto back outside. Now, Anicia, she been blowing up all over the timeline, I feel like, for the last few months.
I stand. As long as I don't find out she's wildly homophobic. It's pretty safe to assume everybody is. Just don't go crazy.
Yeah. My best friend Ro been trying to get me to listen to this girl for months. She just keeps sending me her music, and I just keep listening to a snippet of it and turning it off. But this one, and I feel like maybe it's Lotto on the track that got me excited, because you guys know I love her. Mm-hmm. But I was fucking with it. I was really fucking with it. I don't know. Lotto really been doing her thing. Anything she does right now, I'm like all over it. Like, I love. We talked about this already, but the Grinch freestyle with her and Lil Tyler.
Yeah.
She's doing it up. She had that hot birthday party. She was like, it was Pimps and Hoes theme. I was like, that is so fun. I love a good theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was living it up, and I was thinking, who is her man? I feel like all of the people waiting to find out if Halle Bailey was pregnant or not, like, who is Lotto's man? Y'all been worried about Haley's pregnancy? I'm trying to find out who is Lotto's man. I can't think of who it might be, honestly, but I really think it's a white person, and that's why she ain't came out and said who it is. She be on the vlogs like, I mean, my man, he is rich, girl, and he is fine. And it's like, he's white, isn't he? He's the tall, dark, and handsome they was talking about.
I think she trolling us. I don't think she got a man.
You don't think she got a man?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I think she did have a man, but she ain't got a man no more. And now she just trolling us.
Girl.
She got to keep going with it.
It's good for branding.
Yeah.
This is the new stuff. Like, remember they used to be trying to tell you promote being single? Now the new thing is having a secret lover.
Yeah. Make everybody wonder what's going on. Keep bringing them back.
People love that. I think I could be in a relationship like that, but I think also I couldn't, because I feel like the way that I publicize my life, eventually it will come out that I'm in a relationship. I was just watching a video, Lala Milan, you know her from Instagram? Mm-hmm. And she pregnant right now, so she was doing a vlog with her and her boyfriend, and they was doing like a belly cast. Mm-hmm. And they was telling a story of how did they meet or how did they start dating and stuff. And she was like, you know, we popped out with the pregnancy reveal and the relationship reveal, and she was dating him for forever. And I was like, she was like, if I didn't get pregnant, y'all still wouldn't know about this relationship.
I definitely wouldn't know. I actually have been following him for a very long time, and there were no signs of anybody, so I wouldn't know. I also didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, they was keeping it quiet, and she basically said the same thing we say, like, about keeping a lot of things private because it's just more valuable. Like, you don't have to share everything. You don't have to publicize or get recognition or validation from everybody all the time. Like, some people are genuinely showing their relationship because that's their relationship and they're in love, and when people do in love, they happy and even want to share it, which that's cool. But then other people is like the same thing as content babies. There's content relationships. They're just, you know, out for the branding and what can they get from it. It was like YouTube relationships went to TikTok relationships now, you know what I'm saying, the couples, and it's toxic.
Yeah. So
I feel like it's the best thing to do is keep your relationship off of social media. Do people know that me and Cher are in a relationship? Obviously, duh. But we don't be public with it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like,
it's not like at least for me, it's not on purpose. Because I kind of just don't post about my life. I don't even post when it's my birthday. Like, other people post, and I might put that in my story, but like,
I think that goes back to our main topic here.
Uh-oh.
But we Nebraska. Yeah.
I need to take up the birthday space.
But shout out to Lotto. She just made Forbes 30 under 30, so okay, money.
Yeah. What exactly does that mean?
30 under 30?
Like, what is the threshold?
I don't know what the threshold is, but I'm guessing it has to be a certain amount of million. Like, once you make a certain amount of $1 million. But we'll find out and let you know.
Yeah.
Then we got Jealous Ass Bitch by Glorilla and her friends.
Glorilla and friends.
K Carbon, Gloss Up, Slimeroni, and I feel like this is a typo. Alexa. I feel like that's not her name.
I don't know any of their names.
Elisa, that's her name. Elisa. I don't know why I say that. It's definitely one of those autocorrects things. I love they songs when they together because it's so fun. Like, it just remind me of when I was in high school and me and my friends used to be rapping at the lunch table, and like, I just love it.
I'm still waiting on these bars.
You never get them. And the thing that really excited me about the video though is that it was a what theme was it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, we literally just watched this yesterday and I was like, oh my god, it's a what you call it theme.
I don't know.
Oh, Bad Girls Club. It was a Bad Girls Club thing. It was so cute. And I used to be obsessed with the Bad Girls Club back in the day, you know, when I really wanted to be a bad girl.
It was a moment.
It was. Bad Girls Club gave us a lot.
Yeah. I ain't getting no sleep last night.
That's forever gonna be my favorite, like, from one-liner from Bad Girls Club. It's my first time wearing black jeans.
That's crazy.
That season might have been the most outrageous one of all because it was the sister season and two of the girls were not sisters. They were ex-lovers.
That's a wild thing to want to take on camera.
Girl, but they was lying about it, and then it came out later in the season because the one girl was being real jealous about the other girl because they're toxic lesbians. I was like, why did y'all think y'all was gonna make it out of this season with it?
So, I feel like the producers had the tea and they said, sign them up.
Probably.
This is gonna be good.
Man, that was when they was trying to rebrand Bad Girls Club like it was charm school or something.
So,
like, baby. Yeah.
All they did was fight. Shout out to the reality shows where they made niggas get jobs.
Yeah.
Like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I remember that. We said we gonna start back watching Jersey Shore. We should.
I'm down. I love Jersey Shore.
Yeah, me too. Cleopatra, if y'all don't know her, you should get to know her. She's such a girls. Love her. She dropped a new song called Rockstar, and it's like a cover of Hannah Montana Rockstar. And y'all know I love me some Hannah Montana. Mm-hmm. She's a whole different person than Miley Cyrus, period. Mm-hmm. And the girls that get it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, Hannah Montana?
Yeah. You were the girl that got it.
It wasn't just me. Everybody been reposting that song, so please.
I didn't mean it like that. See,
see, I thought you was coming for me.
You ready to fight me?
You want to tussle? A lot of freestyles being dropped this week. Sweetie dropped a freestyle. It's called Immortal. I really liked it because it was giving good old Sweetie. And then Dream Doll dropped a freestyle, and it was on the From the Block performance. You can find it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I liked it. Didn't you like that freestyle with Dream Doll?
I can't remember which one it is. The last
I just sent you one, and you was like,
with the car.
You normally don't like the videos with the mic, but she can have this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was a good freestyle. I honestly didn't listen to Dream until I started dating you. So, fun fact.
You know, she could have it all. It's just a couple of things, you know? But she's got the voice and the flow. Like, as long as the right person is writing for her and she got the right beat, she could really take off and be something musically.
Well, you know what? I agree with it, but gotta stop. I'm gonna be quiet now because I don't even know. I'm just talking hearsay.
Yeah. She gotta want it.
Anything? Did you have anything?
No.
What about Gucci Mane? You wasn't gonna bring it up?
Gucci and BG dropped a project together. I didn't really know BG. I just started seeing him. But shout out to him for getting out and getting straight to it.
Right. The bag was waiting.
I mean, he sounds good. Mm-hmm. You know. I'm assuming he didn't miss a step.
Right. Who knows? They probably had studio in jail. They be coming up with anything nowadays.
They definitely be recording in jail.
Man, that's hilarious. It's called Choppers and Bricks, if you want to check that out, if you're a, hot boy fanatic.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, Familia and SZA is dropping a remix to Never Lose Me. And I love that song. I love Familia. I'm excited to hear it because SZA be sliding or whatever.
Never Lose Me is a good song. There's a chopped up, not slopped up version available on streaming. Get your ears on that.
Oh yeah, no, that is good. It turns it into a whole different song, but it's like even better. Yeah. The last thing we got did not drop yet, but Megan Thee Stallion put visuals out for her new song about to come out.
Yeah.
I said, she really sticking to the snake thing. Okay. Maybe it's giving messages. Maybe it's giving Kundalini awakening. I don't know.
I don't know what that is you just said.
I can't explain it today.
Okay.
Yeah. We can move into Reel It In. You ready?
Yeah.
What do we have for Reel It In?
What do we have for Reel It In? Oh, Rap Shit got canceled after the second season. I'm not gonna lie, I saw it coming.
You did?
It wasn't enough people watching it, honestly. And this always happens when it starts getting good. The writing is better. I feel like the editing got better from season 1.
Yeah. I did not like season 1 at all. I wasn't a fan. I wouldn't have even completed the season if Cherry wasn't watching it. But season 2, they really had me hooked in. I was really anticipating season 3 so we can find out what was going to happen next. Especially with them dropping their manager, Chastity. That was wild. I was like, that's all we're going to get? I want a Chastity spinoff that's also a rewind. How did she get into the situation she was in, pimping and all that jazz? We will never know if old girl went to jail or not.
I mean, well, if they're basing it off real life, she went to jail. It's me.
I just want to say that did catch.
It did. It did. I had to think about it. The little brother doc. Oh, I don't know why I didn't realize what you were talking about when you read it off the first time.
This is your submission.
It was. So, I also didn't know who Little Brother was. It's a rap group. It was a bunch of people involved. Ninth Wonder was in it. He's not anymore. I don't remember the two guys' names, but they back together. They got a documentary on YouTube that is actually very good. It's basically how they met and how Little Brother came together, the turmoil, and them making music again and touring.
This is like a Kanye all over again. This is why you got to start recording your come up. There's no such thing as too much footage. For real.
Yeah.
That's where the money is nowadays, is content creation. I was thinking about that earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah. I always envision somebody following me around with a camera.
Yeah, me too, but I thought I was going to be on reality TV. Me and Monty always said that, because our family is so funny. It's you cannot make this shit up. We should be on reality TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all be funny.
We are hilarious. Funny is not even the word, honestly.
Long Live Montero.
That's the Lil Nas X documentary. It's coming out on HBO.
Oh yeah, January I do want to see that.
I really like Lil Nas. We talked about this last week. I'm interested to see it, and I also felt like, this is why he was dropping that I guess clickbait content still, is because he had something coming out that he want people to watch, and so I'm excited about it. Honestly, I want to see what's good.
Miley, what's good?
I did want to talk about like what we've been watching lately. What we've been watching?
1-on-1, half and half.
What did we finish recently?
Um,
We was watching Living Single for a while, but we haven't watched that in a minute.
yeah, we left that. At a certain point, I was actually just talking about this recently. At a certain point, now that I've seen the entire series, I leave. Like, once Khadijah and her nigga get back together, that's when I leave.
Yeah. I feel that way about a lot of shows. I was thinking that about, damn, I don't know anymore. Sorry, it went that quick. I was literally had it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watching, I feel like, a lot of nostalgia, like 90s and 2000s, like throwback shows.
Yeah.
I did start Game of Thrones the other day because my cousin keeps saying how bad I need to watch it. And I feel like I'm one of those people that I really hate hyped up stuff too. I'm like, it can't be that good. So I started watching it. I don't know. I think I'm on like episode 3. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep on going with the crazy relations they be having up in that thing.
Yeah.
It's like no black people, which I get it because it is true to history. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened. People was messing around with their brothers and sisters and stuff. All the way back to ancient Egypt times. Because that's like how they keep the royalty lineage in their family.
Yeah, that's how... Well, I won't speak about them. Because they kill people.
Yeah. Me and my friend was talking about that. Did you see that article about that senator? I want to say it was Kentucky. But I'm not absolutely sure about that.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to make incest legal.
But, like, only on a cousin level. Like, I said, first of all, they talking about he used to be on Survivor. Why do we keep... Not we, because I don't live there. But why do people keep electing city and state officials that are reality TV stars? This is insane. What did y'all think was going to happen?
He said, I'm about to make my own little country over here.
Felt crazy. So anyways, how's your assignment going? Do you even know what it is this week?
I don't. I don't know what it is. I just need to sleep.
Okay. I feel like Cherry's still on She's Making Time for Her. And maybe that's where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we on different pages with it, and that's okay.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like we can go back to what are you making time for this week. I'm not mad at it.
Well, how's your assignment going?
I don't know. I was supposed to be, having an introspective week. Not sure what I really did. I did do some research, trying to figure out the kind of content I want to create. Looking at different people's content, seeing what I like about it, what drew me into it, so that I can, I guess, use those same techniques. I'm just really trying to, like, blow up. And so I really want to, like, when I post my first video back to YouTube, I really want to, like, have my shit together. Yeah. And, like, just have a plan. Yeah. So, I guess, without further ado.
I've got time.